All right, let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. And it says f of x is x plus 5 over x plus 4. What's the domain? What's the range? Okay. What is first, Carlos?
The first thing you do is you graph it.
Okay, graph it. So first thing you got to do, graph it. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Did you notice one thing that's different about the new operating system?
Yeah, the thing is at the top.
Up at the top. How do I put a fraction in?
Control with the little divide button.
Good.
They're gonna give you 2x.
Okay, Carlos, great start. First thing is you need to graph it. Type it in, control divide to put in your fraction. Okay, let's interpret the graph now. Somebody else, domain. Why is the domain is not -4, no. The domain is the set of x values.
Yeah, it's all real numbers.
Little R little color right there. At a -5.
You are right. X cannot equal -4, but that's not what you said. You just said x is -4.
What is it?
So x is all real numbers except for -4.
Oh, you know it's -4, but it's not at the 5.
How do you know it's -4? Okay.
The little invisible line.
-1, -2, -3.
Okay, you just made me get it in.
Alright.
Yeah.
So the bottom
That's
count
equal
too.
for me, so
Now you get it?
I
Good. Hey, listen up though. Look, all you gotta do is look at the denominator. What's the opposite of +4?
Yeah,
-4. Okay. Does the numerator matter? No. Denominator. All right. Let's talk about the range.
Why?
47 such that y equals all real numbers. Such that y
Except
not
for.
equals 1.
Perfect. That's perfect. Hard work pays off.
Well, that's like 1 and
2 things: hard work and consistency.
4.
If you miss 2 days of school every week, there's no way.
I feel sorry for my boy student.
I know.
If you're here every day and you work decently hard, I guarantee you're going to get it. Now, why 1?
Because you go up.
Okay, it goes up forever, goes down forever, so that's all real numbers. Now look, is it at 4? No. Is it at 3? No. 2? Almost. It's about a 1. Yep, there it is. Remember the magnet effect. When they get close to each other the wrong way, they push against. That doesn't always work. Good thought. I wondered the same thing, but that doesn't always work. For example, so if we change this to 7, what would you think the y value would be at?
-7.
According to your theory, Tyrion? Yeah, you would think it would be at 3, wouldn't you? It's still at 1.
We can say 2, can't?
It's just a little bit, basically it's just a little bit like stretched out though. See that? Okay, good question. I like that you're trying to observe patterns. That's excellent. Okay, that's the way you should work. Questions on number 1?
No.
One more time, how do you read this? The set of x values.
Equals all
All real low.
Okay. Yep. A lot of different ways you can finish it. I just say except for -4. X is all real numbers except for -4. What about the review problem? I know we had a lot of right answers for that.
You had to do that too?
Of course.
What's the time they're gonna look at?
Inverse switch first. What's that mean?
Switch. Why?
So what's the next step?
Rewrite your problem.
The 5.
How's it start?
X equals -b plus -. I want to do it like that,
No, that's for a quadratic. This doesn't have quadratic. Remember, quadratic is a parabola. That means it has x squared. Does this have any x squareds? No, it sure doesn't. Inverse switch verse. So x and y switch places. So we put x out front now and y is in the middle. Okay? Slow down, slow down. Let me hear individual voices. Tyriana, what's next? Okay, good. So you got what?
X minus.
Okay, cool. Mike. What? Yeah, divide by what?
-3.
Yep. Divide everything by -3. So this is a little bit tricky, but once you think it through, it's pretty easy. So y's first. Y equals.
But you didn't put -3.
We could do this.
Nah, I don't really
I
like
thought
it.
we used to leave this.
All right, you know what? I'm kind of, really secretly, I'm kind of okay with that because in the end, it doesn't matter. So divide by -3. Divide by -3.
Bro, that ain't what you just had at first. Why you confusing me?
Well, I was thinking had a debate because the math purist inside of me wanted you to make separate fractions.
But I thought they were right no way though. I know how to do it like this. Yeah.
If you know how to do it better like this, what's the final step?
The final step is
They
you
see
gotta
it.
add
They told
you
me.
gotta write x
Y equals x minus
F inverse of x equals
x minus 3
-3.
on 4 on 3. Right.
F inverse of x is x minus 4 over -3. Okay.
You
F,
don't give me no F.
now, what we will eventually get to is we will graph these lines. This is a line. We'll graph it. So you'll say tab. You'll say control divide. You could. You don't have to. Okay, so that's the graph of x minus 4 over -3. And where we're going is we're going to find the intersections of several lines. Okay. But today, we're going to do a building block, a first step, if you will. Okay, so take your warm up, set it aside, and look at today's notes in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make sure you're looking at the correct side, which looks like this. And the directions say it all. They say solve for
Y.
Solve for y. In other words, isolate y. In the simplest words, get y by itself.
Plus 12 plus 12.
Nope.
Minus 6.
Yeah, minus 12 minus 12.
Minus 6x on both sides. But we're going to skip number 1. That's for homework. Look at number 2. And the first step here is subtract 4x from both sides.
So then behind the equal sign, behind the equal sign, we usually do negative minus a minus a.
Well, why am I doing -4x? Because that's on the, Carlos, watch this. This 4x is on the same side as y.
Oh, okay.
You see that? I'm trying to get rid of it. -2y equals. Hey, we got to rearrange in descending order. So which one comes first?
The -4.
Yep, -4x because it has an x with it. So it comes first.
Like,
Good. Plus 8. Why is it plus? Because the 8 doesn't have a sign.
Yeah.
Divide everything by -2. So if you're lazy, you're going to do it the way we did in the warm-up. If you're good, you're going to do it like this.
Do we cross out the 2?
Yep, cross out the 2's. You see me?
I want to look at
Okay.
See that.
What's -4 divided by -2?
2. 1.
Positive 2.
Yeah.
So your calculator's your friend here. -4 divided by -2. Good. -4.
I got a question.
Well, I would highly advise you to raise your hand. Yes, ma'am?
Why do you subtract -4 from 8?
So this is 8 and this is -4x. Are they like terms?
No.
No.
I don't know.
One has an x, one doesn't. Good question. Any other thoughts, concerns, questions, comments? To the good of the group. So basically you're doing what? No right answer. Basically, summarize. What are we doing?
So,
Sure. I agree. Solve for y. Okay, let's do a couple more. Number 5. Tell me what to do, Shredder. What's first?
minus 4a.
Okay. Uh-huh.
8y equals negative 4a plus 16.
Good. Stop right there. And Steve.
Divide 8 both sides.
Good. What's y equal?
Negative
Y.
102.
What if you don't know? What can you use? Calculating.
Yeah, but,
Put negative 4 divided by 8.
That's gonna be negative 2.
Nope.
Nope. Positive 2. Positive 2.
Negative 1/2.
Negative 1/2.
1/2.
X.
Steve, finish it. Yes, sir. Okay, done. Questions?
Yeah.
Where do you get 1/2
Where you get
from?
1/2 from?
Okay, I took my calculator. I pulled up the scratch pad and I did negative 4 divided by 8.
With any negative, divide by a positive, it's gonna be a half.
No, but it will be a negative. In division, if the signs are opposite, the answer is negative. If the signs are the same, the answer is positive.
So y equals negative 1/2 plus 2.
Negative 1/2 x plus 2. Come on now, don't forget the x. Questions, comments, concerns?
You got to do from today.
Nope.
Can we do one with the first one?
Last one together, number 10. Last one together on the front, because we're still going to the back, don't worry.
What it'll be? Plus 1/2.
No.
Negative.
Yeah, why negative?
It's already positive.
Because it's already positive. So the opposite of positive is negative.
I think X squared.
Yeah, x squared.
Oh, man, we crossing it out.
What you see, I use that 50 times.
I really had that.
But now it's on the right.
Oh,
Now you got to do that 1/2
Now listen. Plus 1. Okay, everybody good on this step so far? We subtracted 1/2 x squared from both sides. So we moved it from the left over to the right. Now, don't be afraid of fractions, because fractions are afraid of you. You know what kryptonite is, right?
You said what?
What superhero was afraid of kryptonite? Superman. Okay, cool. Listen, if fractions are a superhero, you have their kryptonite. If fractions are a super villain, you have their kryptonite. It's called a calculator. Listen, there's nothing to worry about here. Divide both sides by negative 1/4. In other words, divide everything by negative 1/4. Okay, these cancel, right? So you're left with y equals. Guess what? Calculate. Parentheses negative 1/2 divided by parentheses negative 1/4. Here we go.
Well, I ain't want you about calculation.
You're crazy then.
You can use your, you gotta
One
use your
side is bad
calculation.
enough. One
You
side.
crazy?
Ooh, I thought we do control divide.
You could if you want to. That's fine.
When you doing a fraction, you divide it. You divide the top with the bottom.
Yeah. So you can set it up like this, or you can set it up like that. If you use control divide, Chelsea, it'd look like that. Doesn't matter how you set it up. The answer is always going to be for that. 2.
Yeah, you add the bottom with the bottom.
Nah, I don't know what y'all are talking about. No, this is you let your calculator do the math. 2x squared. Yeah, negative divided by negative is positive. Just like my calculator told me. Now what's the other one here? 1 divided by negative 1/4. So I'll do the control divide. Simple and straightforward. The one thing, listen, I could understand. I would never be upset if you were like, you know, just terrible at math and you just like couldn't get it. But I will be upset if you don't use the tools that I'm giving you. I've fought hard to get you these calculators. I'm trying hard to make it easy for you to use them. So use the tools that you have. Use these tools, please. Yeah, -4. Done. How'd you get 2x squared? -1/2 divided by -1/4. Here, let me see what you're doing. No. Type it in for me. Let me watch it. Oh. Did you use parentheses?
Sometimes they be like shipping out for receiving like quick.
All right, let's try it. Let's do it now. Go down. Okay. How do you type it in? Do you use control divider or do you use parentheses? Okay, great. -1 divided by 2. Close it. Divided by? Oh, where's your division sign? Good. Perfect. Okay, what were you doing wrong? Press enter. Press enter. 2. You didn't do, you didn't put the divide in there? And you didn't close off your parentheses?
I thought we could do like
Okay. Now you know. Yep, if you don't put the division sign, it'll multiply, and if you don't close off your parentheses, then it'll do it all as one big, crazy looking problem. Take your paper. Questions before we move on the front.
Can we do number
Yes.
8?
No, because it's -1/4 times y. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So we divided everything by -1/4. Got me now? Cool. I love it. Take your paper and flip it over. Hard work. Almost done. I'm going to give you lots of time to work on your homework today. The idea here is that these should not take very long. That, you just need some quick reps. Because tomorrow, I'm going to be giving you problems that, you have to be able to do this quickly. What you're going to do is you're going to solve 2 of them, you're going to graph them both, and you're going to tell me where they intersect.
For this?
Today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow. So today we're practicing solving for y. Tomorrow I'm going to give you 2, I'm going to say solve for y, graph them, tell me where they intersect. Okay, so today I'm doing a baby step, practice solving for y. Tomorrow we'll step it up. Now watch this. Now it says solve each inequality for y. There's one special rule you have to remember with inequalities. Do you remember? If you multiply or divide by what? Yeah. What do you have to do? Yes. So y'all want to talk about YouTube videos, which by the way, no one's told me about that they made one yet. But here's another one. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. Okay? That's another one that you can make. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. I got about 1 million hits when I made that Instagram video. What's the other thing? What's the other quick video thing? Vine. Man, my Vine was blown up. It's not thumbs up or heart. What is it on Vine? It's like.
Oh, Revine.
Revine. Yeah. I got 1 million revines. Man, so many revines. I had vines going everywhere. All right, now look at number 4. Look at this is kind of a weird one here. It says 0. Okay. So once again, get y by itself. First step. Subtract 5x from both sides. Do I flip the sign?
No.
But there's a negative though. It says minus. It says negative.
So you divide it.
But I didn't divide by it. So it has to be multiply or divide. So it stays the same. What's 0 minus 5x? Minus 5x.
So this down.
Am I done?
Don't you gotta flip the sign now?
Divide.
Soon.
Yeah, but need to
Yeah, it's gonna be bad, right?
Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Ah, ding, 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 ding. Your alarm should go off. Change it.
Oh, okay, this is the same.
What's negative 5 over negative 2? Positive 5 over 2. Okay, so that's it.
So you weren't supposed to divide this?
We did divide. We divided by negative 2.
Oh, you gave you 5 over 2.
That the fraction is already simplified. Carlos. Okay, questions? Look, you can tell right away if you're going to flip the sign or not. Look at number 1. Are you going to have to flip the sign? Why not? Yeah, the number in front of y is positive 4.
But you still got to subtract.
Yeah, you're going to subtract x first, and then you're going to divide both sides by positive 4.
Oh, okay.
So are you dividing by negative? No.
Number 3, you gonna have to flip the sign.
Number 3, you flip. Why? Divide by negative 4. Number 2, you're going to divide by 5. So no flip. Number 6, flip it. Okay? So look, it's in the problem. You can automatically tell what you're going to have to do. The coefficient of y tells you if you're going to have to flip the sign. The number in front of y. Alrighty, come to practice. Let's get it done. You got about 20 minutes. Hopefully, you'll walk out of here with no homework. Each of these problems should not take you very long. It should be about 20 seconds each one. Crank them out, crank them out, crank them out. Say what? Mixture view, yep. You'll just solve 2. Solve 1, solve the other one. Yep. All right, go and get to work. If you have questions, get stuck, come see me. If you want me to check something, come see me. Yep. Mixed review, it's just 2 equations now, so you just do both.